Roger that.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I want to talk one thing today, and that's about custom battles. I typically join custom battles to enhance some skills or to just do some things that I don't really want to try in a normal match. So you can create your own session, or you can try one that somebody else has selected, and there's some options that you can look at here. I tend to create my own, but you can look through these different difficulty levels, arcade, realistic, or simulator, and try to pick one that suits you. If there's no password associated, it won't have this key. If it is password protected, it will have this key here. So you can join any of these events right here if you want to. I personally like to create my own session, and I have a few favorites that I have selected right now. I typically like this one if I'm going to be in a jet, just because, you know, I think you get an air spawn too, so I'm going to kind of check that out here in a minute. But the difficulty is something that you can select right off the bat. You can choose from arcade, realistic, or simulator battle modes. It should give you the standard, you know, modeling for that if you choose one of these. But if you wanted to customize those, and you actually go to the next screen, you'll get some more selections that you can change. But I want to go through these first. Time of day, obviously you can pick your time, that's pretty standard. The type of weather, most people leave it on clear for this just so that they have the most opportune visuals to be able to see where they're looking, and etc. But if you want to say practice cloudy weather or overcast, etc., this is it's a good thing to be able to mimic. Limited fuel and ammo. Most people choose no, just so you don't have to refuel and land to do all that. So most people typically select no. But if you really want a true simulating type experience, quote unquote, you know, lower fuel can sometimes give you better performance. So you might want to keep that on and you know, do your checks there. Not so familiar about what this is, but said something about being able to use camouflages, decals, etc. So the match time, pretty straightforward. You can select up to 6 hours. That used to be the standard. Now I think the default is 2. You might not even have been able to select this before, but now you can. Respawns, unlimited. You can in and out on the same plane all you want. All crews, I think once you use a crew, then you can't use that crew anymore. I haven't checked that, but I think that's true. Disabled means you only live one time, and that's your initial spawn. 2 crew, 3 crew, you know, just basically the number of respawns. -1 here, so this would give you 1 extra spawn, and then 3 crews would give you 2 extra, etc. Okay. Country selection. Standardize it by mission if you like. Symmetrically, I'm not quite sure, but I think you have to have a balance from each team. We'll have to play around with that, but it's there. Aviation, naval, etc. I only have aviation selected here because I came from, I think that's because of my lineup only has aviation. Maybe, I don't know, I'm not positive, but that could be it. Something new is the minimum and maximum BRs. I kind of like this, so that now I can kind of choose who enters the match and what type of planes are available. So if you happen to be on a server and allow other players to join, they won't be able to fly like their jet. If you're targeting this range, they won't be able to bring it in there. super fast saber or, you know, anything that's bigger than the 7.0 mark. So that's kind of nice. I like that a lot. Including bots. This is important because sometimes you just want to go in here and practice shooting or see how a mission is set up, etc. Maybe look for some tactics that'll help you win. Maybe you want some bots on there, maybe not. I typically leave them in because I like to have at least something to shoot at, even if I'm just trying to check to see where ground targets are or whatever. I still find it useful. One thing I did note though is that it seems to, like, if you select you want to go up against rank 6 planes, you actually need to select a rank higher. So I have to select rank 7. If I want to select or go up against rank 1, I have to select, I think you can do either one here, but it just seems to be like if you want a certain rank of plane to be up against, you need to select the one higher than that. It's kind of strange, but it's what I've noticed anyway. Number of players, and this does include bots, so it'd be 8 per team in this setup. And if you went up to 30, it'd be 15 per team, etc. Okay, well, if I left this on realistic and I hit apply, I'd go right into the mission. But since I have it set on custom, I'm going to go to the custom screen. And this is where you can customize some other actions. Like here you can customize the flight model, engine control is all realistic. Do you want gunnery to be real, all this stuff? Do you want to be able to stall? Blackout? Do you not want to die from, you know, pilot snipes? Do you want an arcade boost, etc.? These all help you select that. Maybe you just want to allow yours to only play in first person or cockpit mode. That's it. Helpers, HUDs, all this you can kind of customize. And for some reason, when I found that when I put this on ALI, I'm not able to actually do the mission. But if I have it on for all I can, maybe it's a bug, I don't know. Marker arrows, rendering distances. I mean, you're gonna have to play around with these to see what they all do, but this stuff is really important now. Alright, then once you're in the match, you simply... Oh, I still can't do this one. I don't know why. Anyway, I'll go back and set it back up again under just a realistic mode. And then join the battle. Start it. Ready, start. And you can play a mission all on your own. I can do a lot of target practice or whatever you like here. And for this plane, you can actually start in air spawn. This is why I like this map on in a jet, because I don't have to wait, take off, and all that good stuff. Kind of already going Mach. So the merges are fairly quick, and if you have enough targets, then you'll keep yourself busy. If you find that you're shooting targets down too much, maybe you increase the number of players to 32 instead of 16. So that way you have 16 enemies instead of 8. Now I do know here that at least in jets, I have not tried this in a lower tier, but they do tend to hit the ground quite a bit for whatever reason. See, there's one there. So maybe that's something that they need to work on. You may have 8 enemies at times, but I would say half your team is probably going to tank it in the first couple minutes. And you'll be lucky to actually have half a crew or half an enemy sortie to actually fight against. Alright. That's it for me, really. just a little something to think about to help improve your game. Maybe you want to test a bombing run to see how many bombs it really does take, or maybe you want to test a flight path out or work on your aim. Um, Maybe you want to learn how to land better. This could be a number of reasons that you want to do this, and this game mode should help. Remember, this will be all on your own here, but if you really want to, practice against other players without sacrificing some of your personal, silver lines or your pride or whatever it is, you can always choose to go back and, and select one that somebody else has already created. And personally, I almost always do realistic, and they're usually pretty fun, you know. Yeah, there's some people that are kind of, bullies and all that, and they'll try to kill you with their super duper supersonic plane when you're trying to test out a rank 3 plane. But, now that they have that mechanism that you can customize that in, there's no reason why you have to do that anymore. And speaking of which, I'm pretty much just gonna do what I just said other people shouldn't. Go on my super duper plane. I try to target at least jets. Anyway, hope you all found some use out of this, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Hey guys, welcome back. There was one thing I wanted to add to the custom battles here, and that is the fact that you can create a custom battle with or without anybody that can join your match. And that's when you go to start your match, and you have this here, you can choose a password, and if you choose a password, most likely, unless somebody's really good at guessing passwords, you're going to be on your own at that point. So I just usually put in a few random numbers or letters or whatever, so that nobody's really going to guess that, and then I can pretty confidently be sure with nearly 100% certainty that no one's going to join the match. But if I want to, try a mission, and I don't care if anybody comes in with me, or I just kind of prefer if somebody comes in with me, then I'll leave this password blank so that anybody new can join, and a real player can actually join the event. That's just one thing I didn't cover in my initial walkthrough, so I wanted to make sure that point was pretty clear. Alright, as always guys, we'll see you next time. Good night.